A response video to On the Contavad. On the Contavad. Yeah, you shaved. I'll go On the Contavad now. Anyway, short video, just kind of making the implication that vegetarianism is another one of these dangerous ideas because they're going to impose it on everybody and blah 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 and it'll be evil. This whole imposition argument is ludicrous. Everybody does it. Okay? That's the way the world works. And they're doing it now through this corrupt, kind of nasty means where they don't have to have any credibility or honesty or integrity. And, you know, the majority, it can just do whatever it wants. It doesn't have to have any rationality to what it's doing. It just acts out of hate and bigotry and bullshit, wastes trillions of dollars. I myself am paying, was paying maybe $10,000 just to exist on this, in this country, just to exist in property taxes and user taxes, on cigarettes. $3,000 for the cigarettes, and if you do the tax thing and figure it all out, anyway, bottom line, $10,000 just to exist, and I have to subsidize people's reproductive choice. They decide to have a fucking jackass fucking kid, and somehow it's my responsibility to pay to educate it and give it health care and all this other crap. Why is it my responsibility? Why do I have to have my life degraded so they can have fucking kids? Right? So there you got this dictatorial Sharia law imposed on me. All right, and what's in the cigarette thing? Whose business is it? Of anybody else? If I do that at my house, what animal is screaming in horror because I smoke a cigarette? What human being is screaming in horror because I have a cigarette in my living room? Nobody. But $3,000 in taxes. So if we were to tax meat, or to do something, and we're the majority, we're somehow Sharia, okay? But all this other Sharia that's already in existence isn't going to be pointed to and called Sharia. I mean, come on, this is just bullshit. And you want to make an argument about how bad our democracies are, how much they fail to really represent people, and how much they fail to oblige people to be informed before they pull levers. Complete imbeciles can pull these levers and decide how somebody's going to live and what war we're going to get into and all this other crap. And even when we pull the levers and vote for a guy, he doesn't even get elected because of some bullshit 200-year-old gimmick. So don't talk to me about Sharia. We're already living under fucking Sharia. All right? It'd be better a Sharia based on something other than dogma. All right? And at least vegetarians have a rational argument to make. They're not making the argument from Fluffy Kitty. Hit the button.
And turn it into a stick with which to beat other people, even if in just a passive-aggressive, emotional or psychological sort of way.
Oh, so you can't even say some bad words to them? I mean, amazing. They can steal just basically my ability to live. They could kick me out of my house, all right, for not paying their taxes to their reproductive rights. But no, we can't even say you suck if you're an animal torturer. Oh, that's passive aggressive. You said I suck. You're not allowed to think I suck. Yes, I am allowed to think you fucking suck. I mean, we have a ton of laws telling people, you can't have sex with a 15-year-old girl. Now, we know there's probably circumstances where she probably is a fucking flaming slut and it just goddamn doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter. It's a principle. We make a law. We say you can't do that. All right? It's not subject to personal opinion anymore. What's wrong with doing that shit for brains? Is that Sharia again? Is that some sort of crap? No, it's perfectly rational law.
The holier-than-thou attitude.
Yeah, really. It's holier than thou to sit there and just do a little rational math and figure out that, well, yeah, it's a sentient being. It has the capacity to feel. It has emotions. It can be harmed in the same way I can be harmed. The same thing I don't want to have happen to me can happen to it. And if it's happening for no good reason, but some exploitness wants to essentially rape it and eat it, well, that's bullshit. You can't do that. That's goddamn sucks. Not complicated, fuck brain. I wish YouTube worked a little better here. There we go.
Let's say that we allow that the consumption of meat or the harming of animals to facilitate the consumption of meat is unethical. What now?
Well, then I guess you could just say, let's start with a 50-cent tax. And then in 10 years we'll make it $1. And then in 15 years we'll make it $5. And we'll winnow the people off of their bad habit. That would be the rational, decent thing to do. They didn't even do that with cigarette taxes. You know, in a period of 5 years, it just kept going up every freaking year. And, you know, so all of a sudden, you know, if you were an addict, you couldn't just winnow. You couldn't just be grandfathered out. Let's just grandfather the fuck nuts out, okay? You go get yourself registered. It's a fucking unchangeable carnivore, all right? And we say, okay, you're a registered sicko, all right? And you can buy your fucking meat. Okay, yeah, so at least let's do. There's lots of ways to do this. And so you're going to argue that everybody who is who really thinks it is ethically wrong, as you just stated. If you're giving me that premise, it's ethically wrong. That we should actually do something about things that are ethically wrong. Yeah, there's lots of things you can fucking goddamn do. And they all aren't stick a gun to their head and say stop it or we'll kill you. That isn't the only plan. Dude, I hit the button.
How do we prevent some sort of Sharia, either overt or passive-aggressive, from arising?
Well, I guess you do it by example. That would really help. So, I mean, if the actual government right now wasn't Sharia fuckers, okay, if the majority now wasn't completely exploiting their power to suppress and exploit the minority, that is, these birthers weren't stealing our money to supplement and what's the word I'm using? Subsidize their reproductive choice, their silly, stupid, idiotic, moronic, selfish decision, then maybe they'd have an argument for some kind of disciplined behavior. But the truth is I'm better than them assholes. I'm better than the ignorant majority, and I can certainly say that, yes, I advocate for the minimal plan first. Do it the easiest way first. Incentives and disincentives. Okay? Nothing draconian, just enough to get the job done. That's what I advocate for.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're still a snarky son of a bitch. So anyway. Alright, then conference report made a response video. And so let's play a little bit of that. Maybe. Because he's just Mr. Wishy-Washy. And you're just like, well, why the fuck? Wait, you either think it's right or you think it's wrong.
Good morning. This video is a response.
I put it over here. Sound isn't very good.
But I think most people who hold those beliefs recognize that beliefs are held within the framework of ideological systems, political systems, in which their own beliefs, their own...
No, the game is look, beliefs are in a framework of there's the truth, and then there's, whoops, you missed the truth. All right, that's the fact here. The society should be kind of devoted to one thing. Let's find the right answer. Okay, that's all. Just a really good way to find the right answer. And instead, because the majority of fuckasses run the world, okay, they're ignoramuses. Okay, they're ignoramuses, and you goddamn know it. So don't talk to me, okay, like you think the masses have some sort of credibility, that their opinion is equal to everybody else's opinion, that it's just as qualified and just as substantive and just as credible as every other opinion, because you know it's not, okay, and that's just the truth. So let's not play this stupid game that somehow it's a failure it's a failure of rationality here. In terms of being able to add up the 2 plus 2 here and come up with the truth. And the truth is that we can see it in people's behavior. They obviously love their pets. Well, then why do they think they can sit there and torture animals of equal sentient value? It doesn't make any rational sense. A rational nonsense alarm should go off. We should build those as democracy. As a society, we should build a gigantic tower, and every time somebody does something preposterously duplicitous, the goddamn alarm should go off and say, no, you can't do that. It is imbecilically nonsensical. You cannot say your fucking dog has a right to life and a right to a decent welfare and a right to a decent death, and that these animals do not. It is fucktarded. It is idiotic. It is nonsensical. It's too fucking stupid. All right? There should be a too stupid goddamn tower, and every time somebody says something too goddamn stupid, it should go off. I mean, that's what we should be looking for here. But don't talk to me about how the democracy has some sort of credibility when it gives equal votes to people who actually have done some work to be a credible thinking human being, and other assholes who have done absolutely nothing to make their brain work. They are completely fucktarded, dogmatic morons, and they should be goddamn, there should be a giant M fucking smacked on their goddamn head, okay, because they're goddamn idiots. All right, these fucking religious kooks and the rest of them shouldn't even have a goddamn vote. I mean, you at least have some understanding of some portion, some piece of reality if you're going to sit there and impose an opinion. If you're going to voice an opinion, you're going to pull a lever in a fucking booth that's going to impact the lives of other people, then you got to have some sort of credible knowledge. You can't do that based on just ignorance and dogma. Anyway, enough of that. Whatever. Okay. So I'm just trying to get back into the routine.